Hello and welcome to this time lapse. Got some chocolate cosmos. I took the photograph myself last year. These cosmos are from my garden. I just wanted to create this because I was drawn to the light in this piece. I loved the blue violets in the background as well as these warmer, beautifully yellowy light that was coming and hitting on parts of the vase and on the wall. So my aim for this was to capture the light. As well as that highly etched vase. I thought, ooh, this is a challenge. Let's see if I can do that. On top of that, I'm actually working on a pastel surface that I made. The paper that I used was on clearance in Jackson's, so I just grabbed it. It's called printmaking paper and feels very similar to watercolor paper to me. It's very thin, so I had to put it on some backing board, and I used just some photo mount, some archival photo mount, sprayed that on my backing board, and then that's like a glue, and then that adhered to the paper. Then what I did is I took some pastel ground. I used the one from Art Spectrum. I used it in the color Australian grey, which you can see is like this it's kind of like a buff color, very light tan, and it was very easy to put on. Slopped it on with some paint brushes and off I went. 10 minutes later it was dry, and I could start putting the pastel on top. It was very different to work on this surface, I should say. I'm used to working on pastel matte and velour and Sennelier Lacarte. This was very different in that the pastel could easily slip everywhere. And some pigments, like I'm using a lot of the Terry Ludwig's Intense Darks too, the reds, they just didn't go nicely on the paper. I had to put a lot of pressure to get those pigments to stick, where I find on the pastel mat, it's just, I don't know, that surface just works so beautifully. But it did feel fun working on this. Something about it was very different, I guess because it was more slippy. Was really enjoyable, and there was something awesome about knowing I'd made my own kind of pastel surface that was also kind of fun. So basically I would say if you're a beginner, this might drive you mad, this surface. I know if this was me painting a year ago, this paper would have driven me bonkers. Pastel matte, the pastel really sticks and it doesn't move until you get a lot of layers on there, and even then you've got a lot of control. Here you can easily create mud on the surface. So I would say if you've got a bit more experience with pastel, you may enjoy this more than if you're just starting out. You might find it quite frustrating. I used a range of different pastel brands. Like I said, the Cosmos was mainly with the Terry Ludwig's. They didn't go on a dream. The Sennelier and Mount Vision went on nicer on this particular surface. I think I might try make my own darks. Maybe that'll be the next video. So with this piece, it's very interesting. When you up close to it, it's like, oh my gosh, this looks like such a mess. But you step back and thankfully it doesn't look like so much of a mess. So I was quite happy with the way this etched vase turned out. If you'd like to see this demo in real time, you can view it on my Patreon page. I'll leave a link in the description below. But thank you for watching. Till next time. Bye bye.